You mentioned in the report that despite the amount of money that's spent on autism, there's a lot of needs of autistic people that are still not met. Can you say what those needs are, and particularly with reference to the younger autistic children?
Well, I have this unwritten, untested theory. There's a difference between what I call good costs and bad costs. So we estimated the cost of autism in the UK was 28 billion a few years ago now. I'm sure it's gone up since then. But within that total, you've got some things, costs of things that are really appropriate, really good things that are being done to support autistic people, autistic young people, adults and their families. Evidence-based things, that's good spending, that's good money. But you've also got bad costs, and that's where we have to respond to crises, where we don't properly diagnose or understand the needs and preferences of individuals. And then what services that reach those individuals, those services are maybe not appropriate.
Yeah.
And what we've got to do is rebalance. I'm definitely not saying we want to cut the cost, but I think we need to rebalance away from the sort of bad, reactive, crisis-driven expenditures to investing in things for which we know there is evidence that they work. And as I said earlier, I think having those things early in life, to me, makes a lot of sense, partly because the evidence is good and partly because it sets in train a whole series of more positive experiences for those individuals.
Yeah. So that's where early intervention comes in.
Absolutely,
again.
absolutely. I think for young children, often it's a misdiagnosis or a missed diagnosis. Often it's a diagnosis, but without really much that can be done in terms of follow-up, etc. And so all of those things, I think, can mean that what those young children experience and their families experience is a bad cost. It's a reaction to over anxiety or exuberant behaviour or behavioural difficulties more generally, which could, with better activity and intervention, be avoided.